Welcome to my finals battle of the SPL Pokemon Draft League. My team, the LA Wakers, is taking on TheUziGunner, coach of the Bulletpunch Club. I'll be giving you all a quick breakdown of my team, why I chose these Pokemon, and the Wi-Fi battle will follow. But first, if you enjoy the Pokemon Draft League content, make sure you let me know by leaving a like and subscribe if you're new. Uzi's team is incredibly powerful. He has great Tusk that can hit my team incredibly hard between Headlong Rush and Close Combat, a Weavile to be faster than most of my team, and an Ursaluna that's incredibly hard to switch into. Dragalge and Empoleon are fantastic tanks for most of my moves, and Shaman's Seed Flare can make it difficult to take multiple hits. He also has 3 Terra Captains, a Kilowattrel that can Terrasilize into a flying, water, or ground type, a Cryogonal that can Terrasilize into an ice, steel, or electric type, and a Sudowoodo that can Terrasilize into a rock, grass, or fairy type. So this week I'm bringing my Dragapult, which outspeeds his entire team, and can threaten most with Shadow Ball, and Shaman with Fire Blast, while Thunderbolt helps me deal with Empoleon. Lastly, I went with Dragon Darts as a means of dealing with Spadef Dragalge, Assault Vest Ursaluna, and Weavile. But because Weavile can still be a threat for Dragapult, I'm going with Cobra Berry Lure Azelf to knock it out with Drain Punch after tanking a knockoff because of my HP and defense EVs. I have Psychic to hit Great Tusk for a ton of damage even with my jolly nature, U-turn for momentum and giving me a nice move versus Shaman, and knockoff lets me get rid of items like Choice Scarf on Gardevoir. But the team currently struggles with Kilowattrel, which is why I'm bringing Assault Vest Thunderous Therian with max special attack to threaten Empoleon with Thunderbolt, Shaman with Sludge Bomb, Grass Knot 2 KOs even Assault Vest Ursaluna, and Psychic 2 KOs Dragalge. I have enough speed for timid max speed Empoleon, and the rest was put into HP to help me tank Kilowattrel and Gardevoir's attacks better. Both Thundurus and Dragapult really appreciate spike support from Overqwil, which can absorb toxic spikes set up by Dragalge. I'm special defensive, that way I can take 2 Earth Powers from Shaman, and have Toxic to hit Great Tusk upon switching. And with Intimidate and Crunch, I can check Saraledge. Lastly, I went with Destiny Bond plus Custap Berry to try and get a surprise KO on a faster threat. But I wanted something that could take on Booster Energy Great Tusk, and also takes advantage of the spikes. So that's why I have Physically Defensive Terra Fairy Torterra, with Earthquake to deal with Dragalge and Saraledge, Grass Knot to knock out Great Tusk after Spike, I have Synthesis for recovery, and Roar allows me to rack up Spike's damage on switch-ins like Shaman. This Torterra was designed to take on his physical attackers, and messes up Prep if he brought Mirror Herb to copy my Shell Smash. Lastly, I have Choice Scarf QUAQUAVAL, which outspeeds Choice Scarf Gardevoir and threatens it with Aqua Step, can Rapid Spin away Spikes, Stealth Rock, or Toxic Spikes, threatens Weavile with a Close Combat, and can U-turn to get extra damage on Shaman to open up a late game Choice Scarf sweep later. So that's my team for finals of the first season of SPL. Like I said before, if you do enjoy the Draft League content, consider subscribing. This may be the final battle of this season, but SPL will return in season 2 next month. Also, please consider subscribing to my opponent Uzi. He makes fantastic content, is on his way to 6,000 subscribers, and truly does deserve the love. Lastly, I want to give a big shout out to Amo, Envy, Septile, Dylan, Zazo, Peyton, and Tone for all the help. And of course, Pedro for making these incredible intros. I've held you up long enough, so let's get right into the battle. Alright, finals of the SPL Pokemon Draft League. If you guys do enjoy the Draft League content, make sure you let me know by leaving a like and consider subscribing. Season 2 will be next year with the Indigo Disc DLC. So, very excited to play my boy Uzi. He's a great guy. Please check out his channel as well. He's on his way to 6K, I believe. So, I see Weavile, which means I lead Cobra Berry Azelf. No Empoleon actually makes my my Dragapult look good. I also really like Azelf too, because if he leads Gardevoir, which looks Scarf on this build, getting rid of that Choice Scarf can be really nice with knockoff. So we'll see how it goes. Again, I'm going to assume like a Scarf Gardevoir lead, but I think that Azelf just leads good versus anything. And if he goes Ursaluna, I can try switching. He does go Ursaluna. Ooh, okay. I see you. Ursaluna lead. Do I just want to get damage on this is the question. I don't think I do. I can see him going for like... I can see this being Assault Vest maybe. What do I want to do versus this? I think I'm going to U-turn here. I think I'm definitely going to U-turn. That looks to be roughly max HP. I mean, it's Ursaluna at the end of the day, right? It's hard to figure out what it is, but I would assume a body slam first, right? Ice Punch would be a wild turn 1. Ice Punch would be a wild turn 1, and Body Slam for max attack Ursaluna does not do much to me. Also, if it's max attack Ursaluna, Ice Punch I can eat as well. Alright, we'll go you. I think the way I want to win this game is going to be with my... I'm max defense, so I think the way I want to win this game is going to be with my... what's it called? Yeah, it goes for Body Slam turn 1. My QUAQUAVAL. 394 to 288. Okay. It's 106, which means he's not max attack, but probably has a good chunk of attack investment. I think this is a fine chance to just Terra. And honestly, I'm just going to Earthquake. He can't 2-KO me or anything. I'm assuming Shaman's going to come out. But by me terrestrializing, I'm good. So this will be not max attack Ursaluna. Maybe around the 140 range. I'll put not max attack. Not max attack. Could be Pasho Berry. Could be AV. Maybe AV. Write that down. Shaman. John Cena. Goes right out to Shaman. Perfect. Perfect is relative, right? But we'll find out if this is Life Orb or not as well. Yeah, we'll see. Not this turn, but like obviously after. Earthquake does nothing to be expected, but 2 turns of leftovers is way better than Synthesis. So nice little chip. That does not look like 20%. In fact, we can actually see the HP bar right here. 5, 10, 15. It's more like 17. So it could be a more offensive variant. I do like the idea of bringing out Overquill. I am special defensive, Seed Flare. Earth Power will not be able to knock me out if they go for it. So I'm in a decent spot with that Mon. And I want to try and lay up a Spike as well. Spike will help my... I mean, I already got the damage I think I need on Great Touch. Not Great Touch. On the Ursaluna to 2-KO with Grass Knot. So that's nice. Also, this thing is a pretty decent weave out check too. Okay, I mean my Torterra is a pretty decent weave out check. Maybe he doubles here into Quillfish. I mean, expecting my Quillfish? Sorry. I'm a little tired. I apologize. Alright, let's see what Shaman goes for. And if it goes for Seed Flare, I gotta write 1 out of 8. That way I don't forget. Goes for Seed Flare. 1 out of 8. Seed Flare. No drop as well. Okay. So that did... 91. Which means that is max special attack. Or at least timid max or modest max attack. My dogs are having a good time over there. So Earth Power actually, it does 2-KO me, but I will take this as an opportunity to get up a Spike, I think. They can go Great Tusk if they want, but if it's Booster Energy Tusk, I think maybe they'll go Dragalge instead. Cocaine Bear. Ursaluna makes a lot of sense there, just in case I had Toxic or went anything there. But we do get up a nice little Spike as well. Again, that's going to really, really help out my end game. And I think I just go out into my... it's time. Time for a little bit of Torterra action. Bring it right back out. I got Grass Knot. I can heal. They might even be Scarf Shaman, but I don't think so. And I have my Custard Berry on this thing too. So that can always check. I'm not even sure if they double into anything, like what they could double to. Because Torterra is really good in this matchup. But again, that Spike is going to go a long way. For Grass Knots, for Psychics on Dragalge. My dog, man. I'm glad they're having a good time. I really am. It's, they just recently ate, so they're a little bit hyper. But yeah, we get up to Spike. I don't know if it's going to be Boots on Shaman either, but we'll figure it out. I wonder if he expected the super defensive this. Goes for Swords Dance. Ooh, okay, killer. Okay. That's kind of nice. SD Body Slam, right? I think I want to save this mon instead. Ursaluna, +2 body slam. It's not guts boosted. It's gonna do a good chunk though. Body slam, 57 to 67, but it's not max. It will 2 KO me, and I want to keep this mon alive. I think I'm gonna go Dragon Pull here. As good as Pull is in this game, I think it's better to use it to get damage. Yeah, there's Body Slam. So you go for maybe Headlong here, or whatever attack. I'll just go for Dragon Darts to get as much damage on this thing as possible too. Yeah, I think that's the play. I definitely think Dragon Darts here is the play. Like, it ruins, it makes the Dragalge endgame a little bit tougher, but I still have Azelf at the end of the day, which looks amazing. And this is going to be good damage regardless. He might expect Specs Draco and might end up going out into the, I'm assuming it's Eevee to live Specs Draco. He may end up going Gardevoir, but that's good chip on Gardevoir as well. That'll help out endgame Aqua Step, which is what I want. This could also be Chople Berry too. Basically, I think Chople and Pasture Berry make a little bit more sense on this mon than something like, and this will do about 50%. Close, maybe less. I think it makes a little bit more sense than something like Rindo. But of course, I could be wrong. Alright, so there's Earthquake. That's going to knock me out. He picks up the first KO, first blood. First blood. Okay. It's time for you to come out, baby. This is going to do a lot. This does 93. I'm going to assume max HP, right? Just a Grass Knot here. He might expect Focus Blast, maybe. Maybe he goes Dragalge too. I need damage on Dragalge because, again, my endgame is going to be involved with Aqua Step, Aqua Step, Aqua Step. I didn't want to stand with Torterra because I need Torterra alive for Great Tusk, and it also checks Weavile as well. Also, if they go Gardevoir, it's going to take not a lot from this. But I'll take a chunk. So this KOs. Unless it's Rindo and I get a low roll. Endure. Shoot, it's Endure Custap, huh? Endure Custap's crazy. It's very obviously Custap. That's so cool. Really good. Nice tech. Alright, we're gonna go Quill. Really nice tech. There's a Custap Berry. Really, really, really nice tech. That is sick. I wonder how many customs he brought. I basically thought this mon was more important, which is why I was saving it. Pretty sure I mean, it's going to do a lot. Yep. I get paralyzed, but I will be getting the Custap kill myself, which is cool. So I can pick up the KO here with Crunch. Maybe he even tries to save this. That was sick. I definitely got to be careful about random Custaps. And I don't have a lot of Pokemon left, so like, his Custaps are actually scarier than mine. Yeah, his Custaps are scarier than mine. But the bear being forced out's nice. And Azelf can still knock off, and I still have Scarf QUAQUAVAL. I just have to weaken Shaman and Dragalge. And Shaman looks to be more offensive, so that's possible. He also straight up hates when I bring in my my one mon. He might fear Aqua Jet, to be honest. Let's see if my Custap gets off. I do get the crunch off. Alright, so Ursaluna dies. So I get to keep this as a sack, which is cool. Maybe Tusk comes out and tries to spin. I'm definitely keeping this as a sack. I want to be careful about them T-Spike. So there's Tusk. Are you Booster or are you Scarf or what are you? I think Scarf makes a lot of sense into me. I'm going out into my Fizz Def. I'll bring out my Fizz Def Torterra here. It's strong into this, and it can get a lot of damage off. I'm assuming a Rapid Spin might come out. There's a Rapid Spin. Yep, good to know. Very good. However, Great Tusk, Rapid Spin. Did a good chunk of damage. I think I double here in Azelf. They would either Headlong Rush or go Shaman. Yeah, he does switch. Perfect. There's Shaman. Perfect. Alright. So Azelf coming out is great. I need chip on this because I got to start trying to win with QUAQUAVAL. We're just going to go for U-turn. I'm playing Azelf like it's Scarf. I'm bluffing, basically. Because again, we're going for that Aqua Step win. I knock out Gardevoir at +1, I believe. QUAQUAVAL +1. Let me see Gardevoir. Aqua Step is 94 to 111. So I actually don't knock it out guaranteed. So I need chip on Gardevoir too. I wouldn't mind Gardevoir coming out right now. I mean, U-turn's going to do a good chunk to this too. If it's no bulk, it does 50%. If it's max bulk, I do 35 to 40. So it's still good damage regardless. They end up staying in. Beautiful chunk there. I want to believe I go U. That was a lovely chunk on Shaman. Okay, so that's really good. Also, we know they're not Scarf. Goes for C-Flare. Good hit off, but not a lot. He knows I can Sludge Bomb here. I'm going to Psychic. Psychic does a good chunk to them. Yeah, Psychic does a good chunk. It actually has a chance to kill as well. 25, 30, 35%. He's a more offensive variant, so I'm actually going to go for Psychic. Let's see if we can catch maybe Dragalge. Z, that sounds like Dragalge. Nice. Nice. Beautiful damage, beautiful damage. Citrus though, ooh. Tough turn. Wait, no, I have a sack. Perfect. Not even that bad of a turn, yeah. This is great. I'll go you. I sack Quilfish. To Draco or Sludge Bomb. Then that lets me bring out Azelf. To click Psychic. We get a lot of damage with that Psychic off on Dragalge. That did a lot of damage. He may even end up going Weavile, which is whatever. He doesn't switch. Well, I switch first because I'm faster, obviously. Citrus. That's 2 C-Flares, by the way. Ends up going for T-Spike. No problem, no problem. Not the end of the world. He can definitely Sludge Bomb here. That's okay, though. I don't think T-Spike are the end of the world. I don't think they stop. They're the end all be all. Gonna attempt to get up a Spike. Gonna see if I can get up a Spike here. Maybe they randomly switch. Yeah, there's Sludge Bomb. Knocks me out. T-Spike. this point, I go U. Click Psychic. I definitely click Psychic here. Like, regardless of if they die or not, it opens up the end game. Obviously, the best case is they die. Or they go Weavile and let me Drain Punch them too. Those are two really good turns. Or Shaman. Shaman dying would be great too. Because I could see, I mean, Aqua Step is definitely my angle. I don't think you can let this thing go down. I think you're getting dangerously close to a sweep with QUAQUAVAL. I think you get dangerously close. I think you get way too close to QUAQUAVAL sweeping if this thing comes out. Like, if this thing goes down. I think you actually have to go Gardevoir, but I get to knock Gardevoir, which is cool too. This is going to be a close game, man. This is a good game. This is a real good game. Very good. Very, very good game. Alright, gives me the Psychic on it. Absolutely huge. Absolutely huge damage. Drops a Draco. That's going to KO me. Ooh, me living that is huge. Me living that is big. I can actually go for knockoff here as well. Yeah, I can go for knockoff this turn. That hits Gardevoir upon switching for some chip. That also gets rid of Weavile's item. But mainly that hits Gardevoir, which is the big thing. I think he thinks I'm... maybe I should have a Drain Punch there. Because he might want to save this as sack. I do think that Aqua Step is still dangerously close to sweeping. Aqua Step's really close to sweeping. Because even if this is max. He does switch. Perfect. He thinks I'm Scarf? Naya? Is that Weavile or Gardevoir? That's Weavile. Okay, that's really good though. I mean, that's not great, but that's like not the end of the world type thing, right? So I get rid of its Life Orb. Perfect. I think in order to preserve a sack, which I definitely need in order to U-turn out, I gotta go Torterra. I think. I think preserving a sack is worth it. Because what I want is QUAQUAVAL to Aqua Step. Yeah, I need that to Aqua Step. Dude, I wish I clicked Drain Punch. I wish I clicked Drain... Yo, Drain Punch on Weavile would have been huge. Alright, we Earthquake here. Always. Get the chip on Shaman. I don't know if Shaman has recovery, but still Earthquake is my play for sure. Because Aqua Stepping is... this thing dies to Aqua Step. Dragalge dies. That Cut Step Berry was really nice from Ursaluna. Honestly, not even mad if I lose this. Very nice. Legit very nice, yeah. Shaman, I forgot the percentage Shaman's at, though. Okay, they do switch. Shaman? John Cena's Shaman, yup. Okay, a little bit of chip. What percentage is that? It's probably going to Synthesis here, though. Right? Surely it's Mirror Herb, right? It has to be Mirror Herb. We're going to go U. I mean, I'm surely it's Mirror. I think it has to be Mirror Herb. I think it literally has to be Mirror Herb. Yeah, Synthesis. Yup. I might have had to double there. Maybe U-turn in game? I mean, no matter what, I sludge always. There's nothing to think about. I sludge, probably sack Dragalge. Z is Dragalge, yup. Uzi's playing great, man. That Cut Step Berry forcing 2 KOs is huge. Yeah, Sludgemon definitely KOs. What am I thinking about? Dragalge goes down here. I think what I need to happen is I need to go QUAQUAVAL. I need to go QUAQUAVAL on Weavile, which is going to come out next, right? QUAQUAVAL on Weavile. And then... I mean, after I sack something. I go QUAQUAVAL on Weavile after I sack. I close combat as I hope they go Shaman with Mirror Herb. And I 2-hit KO with close combat. And then I try to go for the endgame Aqua Step sweep. Because this is Weavile, right? Yup. So I sack Azelf here. Always. I gotta go for that endgame Aqua Step sweep. Because I'm assuming it's also Scarf Great Tusk. Great Tusk. If it is Scarf, I have a shot of killing it. So we go QUAQUAVAL. We got to go for the close combat. Because I don't think he's going to go let me Aqua Step here and try an SD. So I think what he's thinking is I'm going to go right out into Shaman. I think he's thinking I'm going to go right out into Shaman here. And not let me SD for free. Because if I SD for free, I'm a problem. But if I Aqua Step and he Mirror Herb copies it, he picks up a KO. That's what I'm thinking he's thinking. I just got to go along that thought process there. Maybe I should just Drain Punch, I think, with Azelf. I didn't think he'd go Weavile. I thought Gardevoir was a little bit safer. This is going to be a close endgame, man. Very close. But yeah, I'm going to assume that he thinks if I get the Aqua Step sweep, if I SD and get enough Aqua Steps, I can win. Right? That's what I'm hoping for here. So let's see if Shaman comes out. Is it Mirror Herb? It is Shaman. Perfect. It is Shaman. Again. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful damage on that. Absolutely beautiful. Think I have to CC again, though. He may try and double, predicting me to go John Cena. He may try and double, predicting me to go John Cena. But I'm still CCing. Because also damage on Gardevoir is great, too. Yeah, damage on Gardevoir goes a long way. My dog's having fun. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. This is going to be super close. Super close. Oh, they're having a good time, man. Let's see what happens. Actually, if he doubles to Weavile here, predicting me to want to go John Cena, that'd be great. Because then he's thinking he can pick up the KO, sack Shaman, and go Great Tusk after? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. He does switch, though. Ins back into Weavile. Perfect. He predicted me to go Thundurus. Let's go. All right, so we pick up the KO on Weavile, which means nothing kills Thundurus from from max. Nothing kills Thundurus from max. We can do this. We can do this. This is going to be a close endgame, but we can do this. Perfect. All right, that's a big KO right there. That's a big KO right there. It'd be even bigger if he goes back to Shaman and gives me that too. That'd be huge. Nope, this is Gardevoir. This is Gardevoir. Think I gotta go you. Think I gotta sack my my Torterra now. Think I gotta sack Torterra. I wonder if he doubles here. If he doubles, I just get in. It's the same position. It's actually better for me if he doubles, right? Because I saved this sack. Is it better? Yeah, Moonblast picks up the KO. Okay. Okay. Moxie. Don't hit me with Play Rough, bro. We go Great Tusk now. I mean, we go Thundurus. Always. Get a big hit off here. Thunderous to Gardevoir. Sludge Bomb. I don't want to be Ice Spinner at the end. So we go for Sludge Bomb. We go for Sludge Bomb. Then I think I'll Great Tusk. Oh, he goes for Moonblast. Okay, here's Scarf. Oh, I get a nasty crit. I get a nasty crit. I didn't want that. I wanted the Moxie boost. Because now it's a 50-50. Isn't it? Don't I just lose? Don't I literally lose? Oh, well, it's Grass Knot. He Rapid Spins there. Does he live Grass Knot? Are you AV? Are you AV, my friend? It is AV. Yeah, I did. Oh my god, bro. That crit actually sucks. Bro, that crit sucks. Wait, knockoff. Rapid spin. Dude, that crit actually hurts so much. Was he max speed AV? I mean, I just CC. Dude, that crit sucks. Ah, well. That crit sucks. I think I get the Moxie boost, I just win. Wait, it's Earthquake. Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh my god. Oh my god. Live on poison? Live poison? Live poison! Live poison, no quick attack? Live poison, no quick attack! Live poison, no quick attack! Oh my god, I live poison! No quick attack. Puka, it's important. I used quick attack in Heat of Feeder so many years ago. Puka, I used quick attack. You gotta understand, Puka. You gotta understand, Puka. You got to understand, Puka. It's important. Puka, please. Puka. Oh my gosh. He has one Pokemon left, right? It's just Shaman. It's not Scarf. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. John Cena comes out. Close combat. No quick attack, no protect. It's Synthesis, Seed Flare. You need Moonblast. You need Earth Power. And you need Dazzling Gleam. I'm the SPL champion. I'm the SPL Season 1 champion. The back-to-back. The 2P. The 2P. The PP. Oh my god. Holy crap, man. I thought it went all downhill after I, Damn. I thought it went all downhill after I crit Sludge Bomb. Maybe I ended up needing it because maybe plus one Aqua Step didn't KO their Great Tusk. So I actually might have just gotten lucky to win. Holy crap, though. That was crit. Well, to be fair, I still would have had a Quillfish that would be faster than Dragalge. So I didn't have to get Sludge Bombed. I could have gotten up a spike in front of it as well. But I was paralyzed by Body Slam. Yo, I cannot believe it. Yo. I won. I did it. Dude, oh my. Thank you, Pedro, man. For, you know, the constant, incredible work you put in for my draft and everything on my channel, really, dude. You're the GOAT. I want to give him a big shout out. Thank you, Amo and Envy. You guys are absolutely the GOATs for testing. Dylan and Zazo, the amount of help you guys have helped me out this season, thank you, truly. And I even got some like people like Septile and Peyton to help me. Big shout outs to them. Tone, you already know you're the best, man. Thank you so much. And obviously Maverick, I know you didn't help me much this season. I think I did more help for you, but thank you for the Torterra call versus Seaback, because without that, I wouldn't have made it here, man, and I wouldn't have won. I legit would not have won, man. I legit would not have won. That's so crazy. Oh my god. Thank you, really. Y'all. Thank you to the viewers as well. I cannot believe the LA Wakers get the two-peat. 2 championships back to back. Again, if I wasn't paralyzed on Quill, I got up another layer of Spike to get the chip on Donphan to the point that I can knock it out with Aqua Step by itself, right? By stuff, I'll be able to knock it out with Aqua Step. It was max attack. Great touch, sorry. I can also, we're on the couch. I'll talk with Uzi later. Please subscribe to Uzi as well. That was a great game. Seriously, that was an absolutely amazing game. Like, that was absolutely crazy. But yeah, the crit sludge bomb, so I couldn't Aqua Step. And then get a Moxie boost and go from there. But wow. Like, actually, I can't believe it. You know what? It was crazy. So the LA Wakers is a new team, right? Made it this year. Returned to draft. I've been in 3 draft leagues. I've made it to semifinals of all 3, and I've won 2 of them. So the team is 2-3 out of championships this year. 2 out of 3 chips. And that's the Bronx. It's better than the Bronx Beartics. It's already better than the Bronx Beartics, right? Like, I made it to finals a bunch of times with the Bronx Beartics, but I only won the UCL Season 1 and the UCL Little Cup off season. So to win 2 OU ones is just an insane feeling, man. This is a great year. My birthday comes up on the 19th, 2 days. I hit 400K this year. My content, I think it's at like a new level, and clearly it's working because people are subbing and stuff, and the draft has just been so fire too. Like, I'm not going to take away the fact that I did crit the Gardevoir. Like, I'm not going to take that away at all from Uzi, especially if he had a little bit of HP on Great Tusk, then Aqua Step would have been a roll to KO him after. But again, in that same regard, if I wasn't paralyzed on Quill, I could have crunched Ursaluna, saved it like I did, and then gotten up a spike on Dragalge, right? At a point, when he got up Toxic Spikes that turn, I would have gotten up a spike, which would have helped out the Aqua Step endgame even more. So, like, the Shaman couldn't have came in if I got a spike up on Earthquake, for instance. I could have just clicked Earthquake instead of what I ended up. I think I did click Earthquake. I don't know, but I'm not going to talk about it. It's Pokemon. At the end of the day, I was blessed, right? So thank you, everybody. Seriously, this was crazy. I cannot believe we won. I mean, it's my draft league. I'm happy we won it, but I can't believe we won it. I'm actually like, wow. I worked hard for this, and thank you for everybody who believed and not believed. And we're ending 2023 on a great note. Lastly, I guess I'm going to promote this real quick because code AIM30 is available. Not code AIM, but code AIM30. You could get 30% off if you want to pick up my Meteor Burst. There's only like 15 left in the US, maybe less, and there's like 28 left in the UK. We keep restocking little by little, but that's all we got at the moment. So if you want to pick it up, if you want to pick, and it's hydration, right? 0 caffeine, tastes like Skittles. I love it. A lot of people in my channel that bought it have loved it and bought more and more. So I appreciate y'all. You support me as well. But if you want to try anything from Advanced GG, now is the time. 30% off. Just absolutely 30% off to get it. But yeah, crazy endgame. Good game to Uzi. I'm going to hit him up, do an interview. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. But not really, because, you know, I'll see you in the interview. And also, there's a new draft league. I'm here with my boy Uzi, guys. We got the final interview of Season 1 of SPL. Uzi, say hi to the people.
Good evening, or is it afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all kinds. My name is TheUziGunner, and I happen to be graced by the presence of the renowned YouTuber Joseph Fontaine Alexander Indovino Jonathan Anthony.
Dude, come on.
And let me make it perfectly clear that it is truly an honor to share your presence, my good friend.
Hey,
how are you today?
The honor is all mine. I'm doing pretty well. I cannot believe how that game went. I also cannot believe that your Gardevoir and my Thundurus speed tied. I actually cannot believe we both put 241 speed. But I also can't believe why you put 241 speed. Tell them why you put 241 speed, Uzi.
So, remember last week's intro when I spoke of this hidden book? This book that is kept away from society in itself, that unfortunately opens people's dark sides, that shares all these secrets that make no sense. I happen to possess ownership of that as well.
The Chinese EV spread book? The Chinese
Yes, the Chinese EV spreads books. And that book screamed to me, just for the sake of it, just run 241. It's gonna be okay. Don't worry about it.
Jeez, man.
And I guess That's exactly what happened. Yes.
It's so I crit him, guys, and so the damage roll you said it was to 76, right? 76% max. So if I don't get
Yeah.
the highest damage roll to put him in Custat Berry range, that game legit becomes a 50-50 that neither of us knew about. Because you're just gonna, I would assume you outsped me. You're gonna assume you outsped me. You attack. If I move first, like I scream, I go crazy. But yeah, so that I obviously I crit Gardevoir. It didn't matter. He even had some HP. And yeah, that was a crazy game. I love the Ursaluna prep, dude. I freaking loved the Ursaluna that you did. I thought like Swords Instant Dirt. I was actually thinking about Swords Instant Dirt too. As you can see, I also didn't leave home without a Custat Berry on my Overcool. That unfortunately had to activate, but I mean it would have activated anyway because I had to bring it in on Ursaluna. That Ursaluna set like, in general was so freaking fire. I absolutely love it. You wear AV Tusk, the no attack investment with the Earthquake knockoff. This was also to like punish Clefable, right?
Exactly. So yes, this was mainly. So ultimately, like I looked towards the matchup and I was like, okay, this dude has Thunderous. He has, Heatran. He has Clefable and all these things. The main idea behind me bringing these things was like I don't exactly like the idea of constantly being on the defensive whenever I have to face them.
Yeah.
So, if there's a way for me to punish them for assuming that they can take me on, then Assault Vest was definitely the play there.
Yeah.
Obviously, like if I was not Assault Vest, I would have definitely slapped in some Stealth Rocks on that. But that Assault Vest was definitely the best bait I felt in this specific matchup.
That's very fair. I actually thought you were Scarf at a point too. You're wild for the Weavile play, bro. I literally I clicked knockoff immediately because I thought he's not gonna risk Weavile here. And like Gardevoir, if you were Scarf, would make a lot. But the Weavile coming in was crazy too. Weavile coming in was actually straight up wild, and it worked. Because I literally in my head I'm thinking, do I drain? But I can't kill at that point too. I figured the Mirror Herb Shaman was coming, which is why I completely didn't bring Shell Smash Torterra. Like Mirror Herb Shaman in general was very, very, very frustrating to deal with, which is why I have like AV Thunderous, Spadef Overquow, and then you see like Scarf QUAQUAVAL and stuff like that as well to be able to deal with it from there. I feel like your Ursaluna got more mileage in these last two games than it has the entire season. Is that fair? Is that very fair?
Yes, that would be a very accurate assessment of how it went for my bear that is unfortunately suffering from an addiction.
Not the addiction. Come on.
But like, yeah, I do think that if nothing else, I was able to tap into Ursaluna's potential far more in these final games.
Yes.
I feel like it is a Pokemon that has such an interesting and well done stat distribution, where you essentially have to think more when you decide what set would be ideal for it. But when you're able to figure out that EV spread and get things just right, there ain't much that gets better than that. But as we're talking just now, I just realized another thing. Why didn't you Aqua Step with your Quaval against? Did you Aqua Step against my Tusk?
At the end?
Yeah.
I CC'd because I forgot how much HP Shaman was at. And I was like, what if this loser lives and gets the Mirror Herb that I know you are? Like, that I knew you were. So I CC'd at the end. I was like, screw it, man. It's going to come down to this anyway. I might as well just close combat right here. I was like, he's not going to be rest. I think I might have said, is he rest? I think I might have said, is he rest Tusk?
Oh my god. Holy shit. I could have just knocked off.
Oh yeah, knocked off would have been crazy, bro. But I mean, you're not gonna know that at that point.
Yeah, definitely. Cause I was like, I was pretty silent when the end game basically took place. I was like, oh man, so that's what it's gonna ultimately come down to. But yeah, man, like ultimately, I would say that despite how uncomfortable this situation was, I'm glad that this ultimately turned into a game of 50-50s, and especially I was able to give you far more better battle than how
the
things
first
went
time.
the last.
You didn't like the weakness policy QUAQUAVAL sweep. I thought that was a really good game. I really think it highlighted how funny that Mon is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely,
So he
definitely.
says as he gets 4 kills with it against me. Yeah.
No, I mean definitely. Like it was definitely a fantastic game. I even said at a point during games like, yo, his prep was great. I wouldn't even mind losing to him. I even said that in the game itself. Obviously, I fought back, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Because when Quill got poisoned, parried too, I was like, okay, crap. Well, my Quill's basically useless now. Like we were talking about as well, the Dragology versus the Quill, and if I wasn't paralyzed, I went for Spike just in case Sludge Bomb randomly didn't kill or you missed, right? And if I was faster, I would go for Crunch because I could guarantee damage off on something. Like if I get the Crunch off on Great Tusk, it's a kill for Torterra if you were like a fast Scarf Great Tusk or like a bulkier one. So like, that changed it. But then me not getting up the Spike also changes the whole Gardevoir aspect as well with your Custap. So the pair like works and doesn't work. Because then if I kill Dragology with Azelf, you most likely go out into Weavile next, thinking I'm Scarf or something. I'm Cobra Berry. I live the knock. I drain back. And then it comes down to Azelf versus the last 3 Pokemon here, Tusk, Gardevoir, Shaman. I don't think you can stack Shaman, but if Gardevoir comes out, I always knock Gardevoir, which gets rid of the Custap, and then it becomes close endgame type of thing. But like legitimately, the crit takes away what could have been the craziest 50-50 ever. Like actually the craziest 50-50, literally. Because for some reason, he's 241 speed because of some book he got from Envy that he needs to return. And then I'm 241 speed because I wanted to be faster than Timid and Polion, just in case you randomly brought max speed in Polion. Which I thought was, it only gave 12 speed EVs. So like, it actually worked out in my favor to be slower than you in the 1 speed tie I lost. Because if I win the next speed tie, I could kill you. But then obviously the crit takes away all that. And that we didn't know that. I feel bad about the crit. I do.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not your fault.
Yeah. So it just comes down to that. And like he got the 30% para. I got the 4% crit at that point. And if I get a spike, there's a chance I get a 30% poison with Sludge Bomb. But at the end of the day, I was blessed. I was blessed. I was lucky, for sure in the way it happened. And I'm just sad that we don't get to see because your reaction and my reaction, I'm sure would have been insane. If my Thundurus randomly got the speed tie turn too. Like I think it would have been, I would have screamed. I would have straight up screamed.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I actually would have straight up screamed there. And then the end game ends up being, Quavo versus that. Maybe you misclick knockoff as I click CC, like a scaredy cat, and then you win at that point too. Like the crazier things have happened. Dude, honestly, you worked very hard. You deserved to make it to finals, and shoot, and easily could have won this game as well. Like it literally went either way at the end. It came down to that. It came down to that crit, and if not crit, it came down to the roll. The 50-50. So you definitely deserved it. I am very lucky to get the 2-peat, and yeah, I mean, feel free to talk to them, bro. I loved your team. What made you bring these 6?
Right. So ultimately, I've realized that with the matchup that I had against you, this was essentially a game of let me throw him off.
Yeah.
Let me throw Joey off his game, and ultimately, have him react to situations that he neither prepped for or, doesn't exactly have the best idea on how to deal with these things. So that in that regard, I was like, okay, I did bring Custap last time, to be fair.
Yep.
Maybe he's gonna expect that. But will he expect 2 Custap berries is the question. And ultimately, I mostly realized that, okay, no matter what happens, I'm not gonna let that stupid fucking duck sweep me again. Alright? I'm not gonna let some random people go, oh, look at this agency body bag of the century. Or, walk around calling me an easy W or whatever. So I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna make that stop, I'm gonna slap a Custap berry on that Gardevoir. Which, to be fair, was not my idea. It was Addison's idea. She is the one who actually came up with generally like the most of the whole skeleton of this team in itself. And I made some adjustments here and there, but overall I was pretty I feel like what we collectively were able to create was definitely something that was ideal here.
Yeah.
Dragology I felt was really good in this matchup because Toxic Spikes is very interesting in the sense that, especially if you neither bring your Grafaiai or your Jover Quill, which to be fair, you brought one of those, but as far as the end game in itself goes, it definitely makes things far more, problematic for your QUAQUAVAL and your other things.
Definitely.
So, yeah, it very much made me realize that, okay, no, if I think in order to accomplish that, I would have to do the one thing that I don't want to do, and that's refrain from putting an assault vest on my Dragology for like the 6,000th time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Citrus Berry was a really nice middle ground in that, and it was EV just enough to the point where it would take a hit from not just your Thundurus, but also your Clefable, your what's that Pokemon called again? Even from Quavo. If you wanted to click Ice Spinner or whatever, it would be a 3-hit KO regardless. Yeah. So it basically chewed all these things, and it essentially came down to these factors, which made me run this Dragology. And Shaman was fucking amazing, genuinely. Like, I'm so glad that I got this Pokemon in this team. I felt like I actually drafted it before, just once, but I at that time was early on in my career, and I had to like leave in mid-season because I was going through some stuff. But this definitely felt like the season where I was able to,
utilize it to the best, bro.
Potential.
Yeah. Beautiful sets. Legit beautiful sets with it, dude. You did some great sets with Shaman this season.
Thank you. And it just goes to show like just how much potential this thing has, because while it's not gonna be a Sky Farm or it's not gonna get any flinches anytime soon, the fact of the matter is having base 100 stats on every single one of them is a very huge fucking deal.
It's nasty.
And
yep.
Yeah, that shit's nasty AF, bruv. But yeah, man, like that kind of stuff really came through for me, and like in a lot of these mocks that I did, literally if we brought Cell Smash Torterra.
I know, bro. I did a mock with Cell Smash Torterra. Everybody was bringing Mirror Herb, so I was like, screw it, dude. I'm just gonna roar. Like, yeah. I've had enough.
You should, as you should, my man. Like, you bringing the set that you did with your Torterra and whatnot was very much a good shout, I would imagine. And because it definitely threw me off and was like, oh man, I'm not gonna be able to instantly end the game, No,
I feel it. I really feel it, dude.
Yeah, for sure. And on the note of your Joverquill, I'm going to give you a very fun trivia. Just as how many people brought Mirror Herb Shaman against you, literally 6 people that I freaking mocked with ended up bringing like Custap Berry Joverquill against me.
That's so funny. That is so funny. I think it's so good with Custap Berry just because it has Destiny Bond. Like, it's so great for an endgame.
And that's exactly. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Oh no, go, please.
Oh yeah, so I was basically gonna say that, which is exactly why in this sequence I was like, I'm not gonna click Earthquake against it. I'm gonna Body Slam first of all, see if I can snag the nice little paralysis, and then like ultimately see exactly where we go from there. And I feel like in that aspect, I was able to tap into something that was very much a huge threat against you, and it very much paid dividends for me big time. But yeah, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I was thinking about your Ursaluna. And I was like, how it basically did the most for you in playoffs. And I was thinking about my Thundurus, how like it completely did it changed up in playoffs for sure. One of them living modest specs ice beams from bundle. The other one, smacking +2 Scizor, like didn't care about it, knocking out Cinderace and things like that. And then obviously this one, what it did in the end, just in general, like the pressure it put on the team, which I thought was really, really cool. So it's nice to see. As the season goes on, you get to see how a Pokemon evolves, right? Like this season, one of my more disappointing Pokemons that I didn't use much was probably Heatran. And I think I still won games with that Mon, but I didn't end up bringing it as much as I thought it would. And it's cool, like I said, Shaman for you. Shaman for you was the GOAT of the season, in my opinion. Yeah. Like definitely your MVP. There was a mock I did where Sudowoodo was brought versus me. And actually, Sudowoodo is the reason that I put Rapid Spin on my QUAQUAVAL, because they were using like Lead, Stealth Rock, Spike, and just setting them all up, and they tear grass so I can't kill it with anything with Torterra, and they just set up spikes, and then they just Woodhammer knock me out. So it was it's cool, like, 'cause I felt like you could literally bring anything versus me. Like that's
wild.
Yeah. Like I mean, I think Gardevoir, Shaman, Great Tusk, like are all givens. I actually think Killer Watcher was still pretty good into me too if I didn't bring AV Thunders. Like it was nasty into my team. But I get you not wanting to maybe risk Hurricane in finals. Like that would be.
Yeah.
Was that the whole thing
No,
behind
for sure.
it? Or.
No, not necessarily. So with Kilowattrel, it was pretty interesting in the sense that if I was gonna bring it against you, it was gonna be Terra Water 100%.
Of course.
Because that's literal free coverage right there, right? Even if you have, AV Thundi and all that stuff, like it still would not change the fact that your best move to hit me with would likely have been either a Sludge Bomb, a Grass Knot, or whatever. And while Uni may be the bus, it is not exactly a fat one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
still 2 KOs you no matter what, easily.
Yeah, it still is a 2-hit KO, but like ultimately, if it's like Volt Absorb versus Volt Absorb, you can't exactly, you would always have that in the back of your head going like, okay, do I click Thunderbolt? And if you had hypothetically brought Volt Switch, it still would have been, in a sense, it would have been mental gymnastics for you, I'd imagine. So, and also not to mention that like Stab Terra Blast still does pretty decent damage against it, even if you were hypothetically Assault Vest. So, in that aspect, I do think that Kilowattrel had great potential, which is exactly why, originally, this thing was meant to be brought against you in our first round, mind you, as Tailwind.
Dude, that's so freaking fire. So it was just Tailwind 3 attacks?
Yeah, Tailwind 3 attacks and also Tailwind Shaman. So basically, it would have been double Tailwind with Jolly Ursaluna. Jolly like Flame
Orb.
Ursaluna.
Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell?
But that shit was so fucking fired that I was like, you know what? This is not something to bring in the regular season. I'm gonna save this for playoffs if I happen to face against you. And lo and behold, that finals came, and then I had chicken feet. So,
I mean, I almost brought. To be fair, I almost brought Rain. So I don't know how well your Jolly Ursaluna would have been versus my Quaquavale and Rain, my Overquill and like things like that. Like, cause Quaquavale and Rain, the calcs were crazy with Aqua Step. It's basically a choice band. It's choice band, right? But I can switch up my moves. So Aqua Step calcs were crazy, and I was debating like Rain plus screens again, just to, mess a little bit, cause the whole psychological damage behind it as well. But
that is pretty funny.
Yeah, but I ended up just going with this. Originally, I had like Clefable in the squad with Calm Mind Covert Cloak to smack Shaman, plus still a Shell Smash Torterra, so I could bait your Mirror Herb, and then later do it. Like that was one of the ways I had it. Yeah, and then do it again, and then and I had what's it called? I had Timid because I tried special attacking Torterra for like Endure. Weak armor, Sarah Ledge, so I was trying special attacking, and then I did physical attacking because Jolly Nature actually outspeeds Scarf Gardevoir and things like that, right? So it actually outspeeds Scarf, Boost Energy, Great Tusk, and Scarf as well, which I don't think a lot of people know because you don't use Torterra for that much speed typically, but it does, which is crazy. But then these stupid Shamans, because Clefable was alright, but I hated using it too because Clefable's slot was only into that, so I obviously ended up changing it from that. Okay, Uzi blue screen for a second. He's back. Talk to them, bro.
Yes. I go by many aliases, yes. I don't know if that's a proper word. No, I shall call it alias, yes. From Shadow Uzi to Dark Mode Uzi to even Light Mode Uzi. But today, I now take the form of Blue Screen Uzi.
The avatar is back.
So hello, everyone.
He's back. Uzi, I ran a calc while you were gone. And want to make it even more interesting than what it would have been. So
what's up?
You calced Timid Thunderous. I was modest.
Ooh.
So I would need to do 76%, right? To keep you out. No. I would have to do basically. It's not only is it 50-50 speed tie, but it's a 50-50 roll. It's a 50-50 roll to keep you out of Custap Berry range as well.
Oh.
So it literally would come down to that. But if Spike is up, it's different because then there's a chance I just kill you with poison potentially or anything like that. But like, yeah, because of the way the state of the game was, it literally comes down to not only winning the speed tie, but also a 50-50 roll before as well.
Exactly. I mean, ultimately, so here's the thing, right? 69.5 to 82.4. If Gardevoir had definitely taken that chip there, Honestly, like, yeah, there could have gone either way. If I had outsped it, I'd be like, oh, look at me, I can just click Moonblast again or whatever.
Yeah, literally. I mean, I would. I typically would. Why the hell not? Because you click Endure versus Quavo, and you win.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been Joe over then. So, yeah, I mean, if that's how it is, and also I don't know why it says 50% chance to Oko.
I put the HP count. I put the HP that you would need to have Custap Berry.
Gotcha. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, if that's how it was, then it definitely would have been a far more interesting endgame then. But yeah, man, I feel like ultimately I did let my composure break somewhat, I'd imagine, because what really, other than the unnecessary double that I took with my Shaman, and let my Weavile go down there, which kind of resulted into this situation happening in the first place, it also really stems down to how exactly I played, like the finale, right, with Great Tusk versus the Quavo. Maybe in hindsight, I should have just clicked knockoff there, because like that was pretty much me playing off of you choking, and forgetting there.
Well,
So,
you don't.
I
mean, I don't know your investment, right? Like, I don't know if you kill me or not with whatever you had at the end of the day too. Like, I don't
Sorry?
know. I don't know, like, your investment. I didn't know if you had Headlong Rush, Earthquake, or whatever. That was my fault for not remembering where Shaman was either. Because, like, I didn't want it to not kill. Even though I'm pretty positive all I had to do was calc and win.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like, to be fair, with how, fast-paced this match was fucking going, like, it was very hard to make heads or tails about exactly what set this thing could have potentially been in the first place. So, yeah, man, like, minus my overall, like, minus my overall disappointment in how I basically let these sequences get to me more than I should have, because ultimately, look, regardless of who wins or loses, we make this content not just for not just to like satisfy ourselves creatively and make something that we enjoy, but it's also to show people a good time, to show everyone that like this is exactly the kind of thing that we are able to give to everyone, that helps others get into this format that we all love, and ultimately keep that ball rolling, because this would not have started for me had I not seen guys like Miguel,
Miguel,
Shady, Mega Mogwai, Shady Penguin, Pokemon. Yeah, sorry. See, this is why I keep mixing up you two. John, Joey, like Jonathan. Sometimes I'm like, where did Jonathan come from?
Okay, buddy, thank you.
Yeah. That's what happens. That's what happens when you have a foreigner try to call two Americans apart. But like, yes, ultimately, the fact of the matter is, like, all these people, they're the ones who started it. Regardless of what League may have taken the initiative and all these things, it all comes down to what the talent in itself are able to create. That's able to move people on an emotional basis, and maybe even like give them the same level of joy that we have in being able to play it out. So while it definitely sucks that I could not finish this story with taking this all home, it still does not change the fact that I had genuinely one hell of a run. And if the people are able to like remember me for it, to not forget me, and
ain't nobody gonna forget
whatever.
Uzi, bro. Nobody's gonna forget Uzi. So don't you dare worry about that. Nobody.
That means a lot, bro. For real. Like,
obviously, dude, it's so sick to see how you've grown, man. It's awesome. Also, don't even worry about how you reacted. I literally went on like a 30-minute tyrant in the past when I got Boomburst crit by Mogwai in semifinals of the UCL, when I was like superposed to win with Calm My Runiclus, and then it disconnected, and I went on a whole rant. I remember I went on a whole rant because it disconnected twice before we got to that part. I was like, man, if this had been the first game or second game, I might not even have been crit, type of thing,
Yeah.
It's Mons. You're allowed to be passionate about what you love.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to hold you on it, bro.
No, I appreciate that. Like, I mean, to be in your defense as well, like, while while this was definitely one of your great seasons in the UCL, it's still you still had to essentially deal with a community at that time that
Oh, yeah.
unfortunately
That was
lacked
the worst part. Yeah, that was the worst part.
Exactly. Like, I still remember how people were fucking like coming at you when you had to timer stall feint attacks. It's like you kicked their baby or something.
Oh, not Fate
Like,
Attacks. It was Jay. Jay.
oh, Jay?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I had to. JYT Gamer?
Oh, it wasn't feint attacks?
No, it was Jay. No, I had to timer stall Jay.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I mixed it up. Because feint attacks was the guy who brought Focus Blast Miencha. I don't know why I remember these things. It's been so fucking long. But yeah, like, that's the thing, man. Ultimately, the only reason why I'm apologizing for how I carried myself in the end was because obviously it's not reflective of how the season has been for me as a whole, which has been such insanely positive experience, and it would not have happened if the people here didn't accept me as much as they did. Because this is just me being completely honest here. Call this ambitious, or call this even arrogance, I don't even know, but my goal ultimately is to not be just another guy that's like with you, behind you or anything, as we have these seasons and so on. I want to stand side by side with guys like you, MV, and whoever else steps up to the plate as we take this community to even bigger heights, because this is very much me genuinely speaking when I say that the idea of a born and raised Bangladeshi starting an entire Pokemon YouTube channel at that time when I started is something that's completely unheard of. Because we essentially come from a society where we're kind of, not just encouraged, but in a sense pressured to choose specific career options. But if we end up not, following by that specific mold, it essentially leads to us being judged by this society we grew up in. And I've unfortunately had to deal with a good portion of that when I started, because it essentially had a bunch of people bunch of grown-ups coming at me and saying like, "Bachader game keno khelos," which is essentially like, why are you playing a kid's game? Like, what are the people gonna think? But obviously, like, I only ended up still pursuing this until the very end, because other than me having the best parents that a son could ever ask for, shukr alhamdulillah, I've had people who inspired. It's because of guys like Mega Mogwai, it's because of guys like Shady Penguin, and over the years, guys like you, MV, and so on, that this, what started as this far-off dream essentially became something that I started believing in and pushing for. And I genuinely cannot thank the people enough for accepting me and showing me the level of love that they did, because this is, I feel, something that goes genuinely far beyond my life itself. And I really hope that it goes to show any other Bangladeshis like me, or anybody else that's in a similar situation, that, listen, if you love doing this, if you enjoy this, then forget what the people are saying, man.
Go for it.
You only got one shot at life in this world. Go for it.
Yeah.
Because this is why, because like, I can tell you now beyond a shadow of a doubt, regardless of how things may be going for me on a private life basis with, jobs and everything, this is literally the most alive I ever felt as a creator. And as far as the future goes, I'm so fucking excited, and I owe it to you guys. So you, Joey, MV, everybody else who said a nice thing and encouraged me, even my friends, thank you. Yeah. Sorry about that. That was
bro, this is finals. You're allowed to say it too. I agree with everything you're saying too, bro. I don't want to go too much into mine, but I'm a first generation YouTuber, right? Like, yeah. This wasn't what my family, my mom and dad wanted for me at first. Yeah. Right? But they supported me, and I'm blessed to be here. And honestly, I'm happy you said that. I think somebody needed to hear that, bro. I think it's great to say things like that, really. And honestly, nobody's going to forget you. Going to keep on going far. And I feel like we did such a great thing too, man. Truly, thank you so much for being part of the season. Thank you for being a friend. I know I'm usually an ear for you. I'm here to listen to, but I appreciate you doing the exact same thing, especially because you know how things were for a couple weeks. So I appreciate you always listening to me as well and giving me encouragement too. And truly, dude, like, guys, please watch Uzi's side and watch all his draft content. Just watch his content in general. Like, draft might be where his passion is right now, but he has some great content too. I think your storytelling as well is really good, especially with your older videos as well. And I can't wait to see what content you create. And yeah, dude, thank you. Do you have anything else you want to add for the viewers, bro? Anything at all?
Right. So let us see things through. Shall I be sarcastic or shall I be serious?
If you say you use the bus, I'm ending the recording right now.
Hey, you know what? Okay, so you can cut this part off if you want. But
no, I won't cut it off. I won't. Go ahead.
No. Like, this would be a funny skit ending with, you know, a Kilowattro showing up, and then.
Oh, just put it on. Put it on my video. I just end my video with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
man.
And you'd go like, you know, thank you so much for watching, guys. Please do drop a like, and as always,
Uni's the boss.